Welcome to Stage Mom Podcast, a podcast for breakthrough bands and artists. Today, we have Ryan Bazail. Ryan Bazail is my very first folk singer out of Broward County, Florida. Being that folk is one of my favorite music genres, I was super excited to sit down and talk with him. His music is a breath of fresh air. While talking with Ryan, I couldn't help but notice how intelligent he was, so far beyond his years. Don't miss this one. You will love him for sure. Go follow all of his social media so you don't miss a thing.
Outside and scared, I shall be all my life, entranced in those dead, and feel that mirage from unquenchable thirst bestowed on my mind.
Okay, so Ryan Bazail?
Yes.
Bazail? I said it right.
You got it. First try.
Awesome.
Amazing.
So introduce yourself to everybody. Let them know where you're from, your name, what type of music you do.
Okay. Yeah. So my name is Ryan Bazail, as you heard. I'm a singer-songwriter, kind of like that folk rock alternative type vein. I'm from down here, lived here all my life, and yeah, that's pretty much about it, you know?
Okay. How old are you?
I'm turning 20 this year.
You look older than that to me.
Great.
I thought for sure.
People say that. Yeah.
So you're from around? Are you from around here, where we're at now?
Yeah.
Did you graduate from Western? Or?
No, I went to Cyprus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. My daughter's old bassist.
Yeah, I knew Max.
Oh, you know Max. Oh, you know my kid.
I'm aware of Saving Harold.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
you know my kid. Yeah. So funny.
I've known him for so long.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
long
cool.
time.
That's so. It's a small world, right? Such a small world.
Yeah.
You always bump into somebody. There was some. Oh, okay. So my events that I've been having at the bar that I won't promote anymore, but one of the bar backs there, his sister works for my niece's husband in Boca, and I was like, God, that's just such a small world. Of all the people, like how it connected, it was just crazy. Okay. So anyhow, so let's get to you. So I love that you do a folky thing. You're like one of my first folky people that I've had.
Okay.
I love that. Your sound is really, really great. For those of you that have not ever heard, you definitely have to check them out. It's a super cool vibe. Now, do you write all your own stuff? I know I've heard you do some covers.
Yeah.
Tell me, walk me through, like, you planning yourself for a show. Like, what would you do?
Yeah, so, I mean, I do mostly, like, original music. Kind of like being a singer-songwriter, you want to sort of put out, all your own stuff, or most of it. I put some covers in. It's just kind of planning the set by set, like how much time I have, what am I going to throw in. But I don't know. Yeah, mostly it's the original music that I'll, probably on a whim. Like I threw in a cover at the Tough Times gig that I hadn't played for months.
What cover was that?
It was a Sweet Thing by Van Morrison.
Okay.
Which I played a couple times, but I hadn't played in like months.
Right.
And I was just like, well, I need something to fill up the time. So
I love that you like Van Morrison. He's a good one.
yeah, I love his voice. He was definitely like kind of transformative for me.
Yeah.
Because he's not like an amazing singer in a traditional sense, but he just has that like voice that kind of like just makes you like ascend a little bit. It's got that soulfulness.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, like with the whole sound of people. I went to my sister's last night and we were playing cards, and there was a song that came on. She was like on, like, I don't know what you call it, whatever. I'm old. We were listening to Spotify and it was like a loop or something and it just came on. So I was like, it's like, oh my God, this song, like I literally feel like pain, like right now. And then she's like, oh, that's because it's from 13 Reasons Why. And I'm like, oh my God, that soundtrack is ridiculous. Yeah. But then she was like, no, if you really want to hear a good one, you got to hear this. But it was so funny. I didn't get the same, like, oh my God, I'm gutted feeling. Is it so incredible to me that music can do that to somebody? Like,
it is. Like,
you can really feel it. And so that's how I feel about him, which is great. So let's talk about your songwriting process. You have originals.
Yeah.
How many have you released? And then what are they typically about? And how do you write them?
I've released 3 up to this point. But I have, I think about like 9 kind of that like I'll go out and perform that I'll like choose from. And the songwriting process is kind of, it depends. There's been different like different scenarios that have led up to them.
Okay.
Definitely, like, I always start off on the guitar.
Okay.
Usually on acoustic guitar.
Okay.
And I'll, like, bang out the chords, you know, try a different capo position, try different tuning.
Right.
Get that. Then I'll just start, you know, voice recorder, gibberish, you know, and then goes from there. And usually, like, I don't write songs that often. Like, I'll get that wave of inspiration, and the song will be pretty much done in, like, 30 minutes.
You're kidding.
Well,
That's amazing to me.
I mean, not the final version, but, like, the whole idea.
But the idea
the
of it,
conceptualized
that's
in,
awesome.
it's, you know, a very short amount of time. But I don't write that often.
Right, right.
But, yeah, from there, it's just kind of like I'll have the idea of it, I'll refine it over time. I'll bring it to the band, we'll jam it out, and then, yeah.
I was just going to ask about that, your band, because the only time that I have ever seen you like play, no, I've never seen you live. I've only seen videos, and I've only seen like you doing your acoustic set until I believe you had your band with you. Was it at Tough Times?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I saw the video. So are they regular band members, or are they just like when you need them, you reach out to people that may be able to play? Like, how is
They're
that?
regular. They're all friends of mine
Okay.
from Broward College, the music
Okay.
program. We all play in jazz combo together. That's how I met them last
okay.
semester. So yeah, they're pretty much like the regular band.
Nice.
And we've been trying to get like a name for them, you know, like
Okay.
Neil Young and Crazy Horse.
Right.
And right now, like our WhatsApp group chat is Ryan Bazail and pending. And it's been
Oh my
like that
gosh.
since October.
Oh, but that's really cool. You got to keep that. I think,
Maybe.
and pending. That would be so cool because that's like such an inside.
Joke, yeah.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. When I think I figured out a band name, like why they did it, I'm totally wrong, and it's usually not as deep as I've thought it out.
Yeah.
But something dumb, you know, like
Yeah.
it's. But I love that. I can't wait to see that posted that way. It has to stay.
I think you're right.
Pending.
I'll run it by the
Yeah.
band members. I think they'll like that. That's fun.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it is funny. It's funny, and
Yeah.
it's going to be a good story to tell when you're asked about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you self-taught? Like, do you play? How many instruments do you play? Do you play any
Yeah.
kind of piano?
Yeah, I do a little
okay.
bit of piano. I'm not great, but I can kind of
get by.
work. Yeah, exactly. A little bit of bass. I play
Okay.
basic guitar player, you know, like that kind of thing.
Right,
Drums,
right.
I can do a little rock beat,
Okay.
and then guitar, voice, you know. As far as self-taught, I was self-taught on guitar for a long time.
Okay.
Basically until I went to school.
All right.
But yeah, pretty much 5-6 years I was self-taught.
Nice. Okay, I could never do that. It's so like I admire people that can do that.
Yeah.
I don't have enough self-discipline to begin with. I'm a realtor. I tried to do the online course before I started, and I was just like skimming through every single
Yeah.
page. I'm like, I'm paying for this. Why am I doing this? So I paid to film. So anyhow, let's talk about your journey here. I found you probably, I saw you playing, I don't know, like on video, and it came up as kind of like a reel or something, which was
Okay.
crazy. So that's how I found you. So it worked, whatever you did. And I really loved your voice. I loved your vibe. So I started to follow, and I was watching you. I don't know if I reached out to you or if you reached out to me.
I think I reached out for the podcast
But I
like
was-
a while back.
Was it a while back? Because I was like, I've been meaning to reach out to this guy. I knew there was something like that. Anyhow, I think you were over there. Is the billiard club still open over in 80? Did you play at like a place over there? Because
Davy Cava.
Okay, that's where it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your journey from like just playing guitar in your room to knowing this is where you wanted your path to go.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I started off like a lot of people. You know, you're 14 years old, and you know, you think you have like the best music taste ever, and that you're destined for rock stardom. So I got a guitar. At that point, because I had done like clarinet in middle school,
Oh, okay.
a little bit of piano when I was a kid. So my parents were like, "No, we're not supporting this. We have to like
Really?
see that you're like actually committed to it before we invest."
Really?
So,
Okay.
yeah. So it was like I got myself a guitar, started to play, you know, like Metallica riffs or whatever, all that stuff, like the beginner, you know, very normal things. And it was like that for a couple of years, you know, just like playing in my bedroom.
Right.
Then the pandemic happened, and I just had a lot of time, so I started like messing around on Reaper, just recording.
Right.
And yeah, I had some songs that I wanted to record, and that was that, you know.
I'm telling you, that pandemic, it was like the big creator of a lot of bands
Yeah.
and musicians. And it's just so funny. I was like,
Yeah.
people actually listened to the rules and stayed home? What?
I know I did.
A lot of people
Yeah.
did. It's got a lot of good musicians come out of that pandemic.
Right.
So what do you think is the best decision that you've made so far for your career? Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, going to school.
Oh, okay.
You know, like I didn't get into a lot of the places that I wanted to.
All
The
right.
pandemic year, I wasn't really like focused.
Yeah.
But I ended up going to Broward College, and it was like it's been a good experience
Yeah.
so far. And you know, I met a lot of great people who were kind of in similar,
Yeah.
situation to me, and you know, just meeting a lot of musicians and learning from a lot of different
Yeah.
perspectives. You know, I started studying a bit of jazz, a bit of classical. Like that's like informed me a lot.
Right.
So, you know, just being around musicians all day, it's like it's great.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that, like, you didn't get into places you wanted to. It's just everything works out the way it's supposed to, and
Yes.
it always works out that way. You wanted to go, maybe there was a reason you didn't, because there's something bigger and better here for you. So,
Right, yeah.
and like you said, you found all this other stuff at Broward College, which is a regular college anyhow. So you're not going to have all the partying to have to fight off. I'll tell you, it could have broke you there, Ryan.
man.
Okay, so anyhow, what type of musician is it that you would love to collaborate with?
That's tough. Off the top of my head, because I could go for anybody.
Oh,
Probably like Stevie Wonder.
really?
It would be so interesting because his just perspective on music is just like so far out to me.
Right?
Like I don't know. It would be something completely like, I wouldn't say completely different to what I do, but I don't know. I feel like I just would love to just understand like where his creative process
Right.
comes out of.
Right.
And he's amazing.
Yeah, he is amazing. That's cool, though. That statement makes me realize, like, you're extremely mature. You are very mature, because not many people your age would say Stevie Wonder unless they knew they were focused on where they wanted to go. That's the way I look at that answer. So, I mean, a lot of people would be like, 21 Pilots, Nine Inch Nails, whatever, you know what I mean? But you're pulling someone that's an actual, real good musician. So I think that says a lot about you. Okay, so anyhow, if there was anything you could change about the music industry, what is it and why?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I was just having a conversation with Pedro, who plays bass in my band.
Okay.
I think you know him. He's in Plastic Eyes.
Oh, Pedro's in your band.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love Pedro.
Yeah, he's the best. But I was having a conversation with him the other day, and he was like, to make it into the music industry, like bare minimum breakthrough, you need like $1 million behind you. Like you need all that money. I wish it was more of like a meritocracy, like just people who are good artists, they can get noticed.
Yep.
It's a pipe dream, obviously.
Yeah.
You need to get in front of people somehow. But I wish that wasn't like that barrier to entry.
Yeah. That's what I always say. Like, I kind of feel like it's so much harder for you guys these days because of all the streaming platforms and everything like that. Like, back in the day, like Madonna, she was not a great singer.
Oh.
And she's huge because someone saw something in her and invested the money.
Yeah.
And that was it. And it's like so hard now because people are putting their stuff out on these streaming platforms, and I think it's making it harder. Yeah. You're one in 15 million people that are doing it, and you have to be found. That, you know what I mean? It's just, I think it's really hard. That's why it's so important to go out and gig and check out the music scene locally, and to market yourself that way. Speaking of that, do you have a favorite venue that you've played at?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I like undergrounds.
Okay.
It's very intimate.
Yeah, it is.
I've liked that about it. I've had 2 pretty cool gigs there, and it's fun. But I haven't played at a lot of places like multiple times.
Right.
Enough to know like what's like home base.
Right.
But undergrounds, I played there twice, and it was both great experiences.
Yeah.
I love the just like closed door kind of vibe. It's nice.
Yeah, that's one of the most common answers is undergrounds.
Really?
Yeah, everybody loves playing, and it's for that same reason: the intimacy, the closeness. Like, yeah. Do you have any favorite local bands?
That's a tough question. Let's see. I played a gig with a band from Miami called Stellas.
Oh, Stellas! Stellas is Unbelievably talented.
So great. I was blown away.
Yeah.
Father figure, great.
Oh, thank you.
Young Fiction really blew me away. Friday Night. Who else? I don't know. Those off the top of my head.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you named some good ones. Stella's, they blew me away. Like, they played one of my events, and I wasn't expecting what I got.
Yeah.
They were so good. So
they are a well-oiled
They
machine.
just played on Friday night as well.
Yes.
Yeah, they're really good. Okay. So let's go and move on to talk about you as a person.
Okay.
The Tell Mom Anything segment. So outside of music, do you hold a job?
Yeah.
Of your own? What do you do?
I do teaching. So
Really?
I work at School of Rock.
Oh, okay. So
another place.
Guitar? You're teaching the guitar?
Guitar, voice, a little bit of keys, beginners.
Yeah. Oh, you teach voice lessons.
Yeah.
Do you have girl students?
I'm not sure
I was wondering
yet.
how that worked.
Because it's a new thing. They just put me on voice
Right?
lessons.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if I'm going to have girl students, but
I just always wondered, just because of the different tones of voices and stuff. Like, my youngest, she wants to be a singer, so it's like I had put her with a couple of girls teachers, and I never thought about, like, I wonder if a boy would work for her. But
they'd have to know, because I had a voice teacher who was a woman, and she didn't really get. Like, there's like a part of the voice that men have and women have it too,
right.
but it's different. It's the passaggio, like the middle passage, kind of when it becomes from like, you shift gears from like your normal tone to like your pushed belt kind of sound, and it's in a very different place for women.
Right.
And for men. So like that sort of like biological like understanding of the voice aspect and like what you kind of need to do to bridge that gap.
Right, right.
Definitely, unless you've studied it.
Right.
Maybe there's going to be a little bit of a, disconnect.
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah, no, I actually think I'm pretty smart for thinking of that.
Yeah, no.
I don't usually think of things that are that smart. Okay, so have you done any traveling? Like, is there any super cool place you have visited?
I did get to go to Europe.
Really?
How many years ago was that? It was 5 now. Yeah,
okay.
2018.
How long did you spend over there?
It was about a week.
Nice. Did you just go alone, school trip?
I went with my parents.
Your parents?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It was fun.
Yeah, I've never been out of. Well, I've been like cruising, to like islands and stuff, but I've never been out of the country. I would love to go like Ireland, and like I would love that.
Oh man.
My sister's old broker, she went to Ireland. She's dead now, but she went to Ireland and she got so sick on. I don't know what she ate over there. It affected her life for the rest of her life. Like, her health was just awful. Yeah, it was the craziest thing. I don't know what she ate, but it was like some kind of bacteria that she was hospitalized for a long time. She was never the same. It was crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. They say that a lot, especially about like Mexico.
Okay,
like when you go over there with the water.
Do not drink that water.
Drink the water.
Nope.
There's always things like when you travel somewhere, definitely like always look up specific things.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, with the cruising, I've been to Mexico numerous times, and I will always have my own bottle of water.
Oh yeah.
Like
from the boat or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of people watching will want to know if you have a significant other.
No.
No? Single. Okay.
Single, and that's what inspires the music.
So pain. We have to keep you single.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's funny.
I don't write when I'm happy.
No one ever does. Okay, so tell us one super fun fact about you.
Wow. That's a tough question. On the spot, I got to think of something. I'm always terrible.
I know. Every time, everybody draws a blank all the time with all my questions because you're on the spot.
No, yeah. What's a common answer for this? Like, what do people normally say?
Okay, let me think, because now that I'm on the spot,
Yeah, there you go.
Well, one person said that he's a twin. Someone was ambidextrous. Someone can, like, different things they can do. I can't remember them all now because I'm on the spot, Ryan.
There you go. Oh, man. That's a tough question.
Do you have a hidden talent?
No.
Oh.
It's only music, really.
Yeah. Did you do anything super cool in life that not many people know about?
No.
No?
I feel like I'm an open book.
Yeah.
I'm very normal.
That's me too. All
I
right.
don't do
So
anything that crazy.
nothing. We don't have any super fun facts about Ryan.
Yeah.
We do. You can follow it up, and I'll make sure everybody knows.
Yeah.
So, in one word, how would you describe your style?
Music style or personal style?
Personal style.
Personal style. That's another good question. I hate to say it, but it's almost like whatever. Like, I'll just kind of like, some days I'll dress kind of like button-down shirts, looking like I'm about to go to the club or whatever. Sometimes I have my beanie on and my sweaters. You know, it's just kind of like, I piece stuff together.
Right.
So.
So, I totally forgot. Today's a Super Bowl day. Are you watching the game? You rooting for, who is it?
I'm not
the
rooting
Chiefs
for
or
it's the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Eagles? Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna watch. I think I'll watch it for the halftime show.
Yeah,
the
that's
re-rate.
Isn't that like the best part about it anyhow?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not much of a football guy.
No, I like a good game.
Yes.
If it's something that I can get into. I hate the Dolphins though. I am a Jets fan.
Okay.
Jordan from JLG will appreciate that. We love the Jets. Him and I love the Jets together. And my husband texted me the other. Yeah, I guess Zach Thomas. He just got some kind of Hall of Fame thing. I don't know. He texted me and he's like, "Oh my God, I almost cried." I'm like, "Oh my God, are you kidding me?"
Wow.
So, all right. So, what is the best gift that you have ever been given?
These are really good questions. I wish I had some prep on them. Wow.
That's a good idea. I should do that. Like the Miss Universe or the Miss USA pageant. You know, they get those questions in advance.
Really?
Yes. You would think they'd have better answers.
You would think. Huh? Wow, best gift. Life? I don't know.
Okay. No,
corny.
you're not the first person that said that. That's someone else said that before. So
What could be better than that? I mean,
right, exactly.
My life, I'm fortunate to have a lot of things, you know.
Right.
I don't think anything material would probably cut it.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. That's a good answer.
Okay.
That's a good answer, Ryan. Okay. If you won $1 million, what would you spend it on?
I'd produce an album.
Yes.
You know? Mm-hmm. I'd go in the studio. I'd hire someone like amazing, a great producer, get in there, you know, cut a bunch of tracks, or just invest it into the music.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. All right. So, if you could share a meal with 4 individuals, dead or alive, who would they be?
Wow. Are they 4 separate meals, or are they all at the same table?
They're all at the same table, which is a really good question to ask
tricky.
me, because everybody always says, I'd have this person because of this, and this person because I think they'd have a good conversation. And
Right.
yeah, so.
Yeah, because if it was 4 individual ones, my answer would be pretty different. But I don't know. I'll go with musicians, I guess.
Okay. I have people mix it up. I have poets, musicians,
that'd be cool.
politicians.
Oh,
They've got,
Yeah. Okay, so as far as musicians, definitely first that comes to my mind is Jeff Buckley.
Okay. Oh,
He's amazing. He's he's my favorite artist.
really?
of all
Okay.
time.
All
So
right.
definitely him. I don't know. I'd love to meet him.
Right,
He seemed like a
right.
very interesting individual and, you know, my hero. So,
Right.
absolutely. I'd say Oscar Wilde.
Okay.
'Cause I feel like he'd just be like the most interesting person to share a meal with. He was very like larger than life.
Right.
I love his work as well. I'm very big into like literature.
Okay.
So definitely he'd be pretty interesting. Let's see. It's tough. I feel like I'd throw in Bob Dylan in there too.
Okay.
He
I like
would.
Bob
He's
Dylan.
another person. I feel like a conversation with him would be kind of like a trip. Mm-hmm.
It definitely would be.
Have you ever seen interviews of him?
Yeah.
He's, just like, he's very evasive. He talks around everything, but I feel like that would be like such an interesting experience
Right.
to just have. I don't know, like. Like somebody outside of music or literature or something. I don't know. Maybe like I don't know. I can't think of. I feel like I look so stupid. Like
You don't look stupid at all.
oh my god. I'll say Hendrix. Yeah.
Oh, okay. My
I love
husband loves Hendrix.
Love Hendrix.
He loves Hendrix. Okay. All right. So that's a good dinner, though. That's a good dinner. You get a lot of good information there.
I'm sure.
Yeah. You mentioned Buckley was like one of your favorites. Is he someone that like inspired you to be, an artist, or are there other people? What musician inspired you?
He definitely inspires me as of late.
Okay.
Like definitely like because I've gone through a lot of different, I guess eras of what I've been into, like how I've been writing.
Right.
But recently he's definitely been like absolutely like kind of number one influence. As far as like who inspired me to start doing music, I think it was very similar to a lot of people, like who play guitar like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Zeppelin, like all like the traditional like rock bands.
Right, right.
They were the first ones that kind of inspired me to be a musician. And then from there, it was just kind of like different things I would get excited about as I delved more into music.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you notice, like, throughout life, like, your choice of genre, changed and whatnot? Like,
Yeah,
yeah?
absolutely.
So, all right, so Ryan, middle school, who were you?
I was a little emo kid, like Panic at the Disco, MCR, Fall Out Boy,
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
stuff. Like 8th grade.
Yeah. All right, so Ryan, 10th grade.
That's when I was really like practicing guitar every day. I was like super into like technical music, so I love like Dream Theater, Megadeth, like all like the technical metal bands. 'Cause I thought that was like the greatest musicianship on earth.
Right.
When you play a lot of notes.
Did that stick through your senior year?
No, and senior year was more like I was into like it was at that point like Radiohead.
Oh my god.
Like stuff that was a little experimental, but still like very much focused on songwriting at that point. So it was like Radiohead. I liked Swans a lot at that point. I was getting into Jeff Buckley a lot at that point. So it was kind of more similar to now.
So if I were to ask you, like, all time, what are your all-time top 3 favorite, you are diehard, these are them, bands or artists?
So definitely Jeff Buckley.
Okay.
Say Jeff Buckley. I'll say Jeff Buckley, Hendrix, and Bob Dylan. Like right now, top 3. Like they're definitely like.
Do you not listen to anything you used to listen to, and do you think like, how the hell did I listen to that shit?
There's definitely stuff that like I listened to when I was a little younger that it's like, but I listen to everything.
Right? Yeah,
much.
that's how I am too.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I am.
I'll sometimes come back to things. I'm like, okay, it's
Yep.
that stuff's hitting again.
Yeah, it's true. I've noticed so much music come back. Like, I noticed somebody posted on Instagram the other day, Creedence Clearwater Revival, and I was like, oh my god, dude, that was all I listened to in the 90s. Like, I was like, they were old for me at that time, and I'm like, holy shit, you're listening to this? So good. But that's when you know you have a good band. If it's survived, I mean, so many generations. Okay. Are you more into brains or looks?
Oh,
I feel like you would say brains.
Yeah, I mean...
Because you're smart. I can tell you're a really intelligent person.
It would have to be brains. Obviously, I mean, like, there has to be attraction.
Yeah.
But definitely, like, I need to have that sort of connection on, like, an intellectual, emotional level, for sure, above all.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, you're going to... If you have that intellectual connection, you're going to start to find that person more attractive.
Yeah.
And...
Oh, yeah.
Because I'll tell you, some of these really good-looking guys, me growing up, and then they open their mouth, and I'm like, oh, why? Can't you just sit and look pretty? No. Come on, just why are you talking? Oh, my gosh. Okay. What is the most unusual thing you have ever eaten?
Oh. There's a lot of things.
Oh, really?
Probably. I have Cuban parents.
Okay.
So I have like a, I just eat anything.
So you speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Do you sing in Spanish?
Yeah, I've done some like
I haven't seen that one.
very sporadic covers in Spanish.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love listening to Spanish music. I feel the music. I have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah.
But you can really feel the music, and I love music that you can just feel.
There's something about the way Spanish is sung.
Yeah.
It's very conducive to singing for whatever reason.
You're absolutely right.
So nice.
It is. It is. But, okay, so go back to your strange eating habits.
I tried snails, escargot ones.
Okay, yeah, I love escargot.
It's good.
Yeah.
Some people will probably say, oh,
they won't even try it. They'll be like, heck no. They have no idea how good it is.
I don't know, like off the top of my head, but I know I definitely eat things that are maybe strange to people, and they're like, get that away from me, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I got that. The weirdest thing I've ever had is probably like escargot.
Yeah.
I've never had caviar or any. Have you ever had caviar? No.
Frog legs? No.
I've not had frog legs.
I've not had that either.
We went on a cruise and they had all you can eat frog. Well, everything's all you can eat, but there was frog legs, and my husband kept eating them, and I was like, that is just awful. Like,
if they were in front of me, I'd probably try one.
No, I wouldn't be able to get this far without like dry heaving.
Oh my god! What about bugs like in Southeast Asia?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Have you eaten them?
No.
Oh,
but there are people who say that that's like the future, like the protein.
I will starve to death.
I think so too.
I will.
I think so too. I'll try it once, but I don't think I could eat it.
I think I would eat like a person's finger before I ate a bug.
Oh my god!
If I could fry it up, like
yeah.
Ugh. Because I'm picturing all the guts and everything, like when I step on a bug, like everything that comes out.
I don't want that.
Absolutely not. That's absolutely disgusting. Oh, like I watch these games. Like I'm a big reality TV person.
Okay.
And like the challenge and stuff, like nasty shit on the mean challenge, like the final race that they have these kids do. I'm like, $1 million doesn't mean that much.
It's not enough.
Not enough. I don't even know if 10 million is enough.
Yeah.
20, we'll talk. But oh my god, yeah. Okay, so what 3 items would you take with you on a deserted island?
Wow. Okay. Probably have to have my guitar, obviously. I'd say either my phone or my laptop.
Okay.
Easily, one of the two. I don't know. Third item. Let's see. Probably some form of rations.
Rash?
Like rations. Like food. I'm thinking
rations.
On a practical level.
I got you. Yes. Yes. Okay.
So I can survive.
Yeah, you have to. Or you could be eating the bugs, I
could eat the bugs.
Came full circle there, Okay. So we're going to do our rapid fire.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if we can do this. Nobody does it ever. They all don't do it right. Okay, so ready?
Okay.
What celebrity annoys you the most?
Wow. I already failed. I failed. Oh man. Have you heard of Ice Spice?
No.
Good. Shit, I don't want to keep hearing about her.
Really? What does she sing? What does she do?
She's like a rapper. It's just more like the amount of exposure.
Right.
Like lately, she's like in every like memes and like there's like news about her. It's like
really?
I just don't want to hear about her.
I have no clue who she is.
That's better.
Okay. All right. Alrighty. If you could be an animal, what would it be and why?
Oh. Off the top of my head, like a bear.
A bear?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think just since I was a kid, I've always loved them.
Oh, you have?
My favorite thing at Disney when I was a kid was the Brother Bears.
Okay,
the little animatronic show. I loved it.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
I don't know why.
I got lost in Disney because I loved Chip and Dale. And I got lost because I followed them.
Yeah.
And I got in so much trouble. But I loved Chip and Dale. I still love them. They're so cute. Okay. Are you a morning or a night person?
Night.
Okay.
Well,
what's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
check my phone.
That's the number one answer. The number one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. Not water. Phone.
Exactly.
Not water. Not bathroom. Phone.
Nothing. Phone. Yeah. If you could get a yacht, what would you call it?
That's a good question. I'm not creative. I'll probably make it like the SS Bazail or something.
You are creative. You've got your band called Pending.
Pending Day.
All right. What store do you shop at the most?
That's not Amazon. Probably like
Right.
I mean, realistically, Publix.
Yeah. They know me. They're so sad.
Where else would I shop?
So sad. Alrighty. Who do you think is the most overrated musician?
Oh. As far as like, it's tough. It's really tough. There's a lot.
There's so
There's
many.
something I could list. The first one that came up in my head when I think of like guitar players, and, like rock musicians, like I like some of his stuff, but I'm not like an Eric Clapton aficionado.
Oh, really? Okay. Not that I'm a huge fan, but this is a new one
Okay.
that no one's ever said.
Okay. What do people normally say?
Can you believe somebody said Dave Grohl? Axl Rose,
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
singer of Metallica. I don't know his name.
Hetfield, yeah.
Yeah. Billie Eilish. A lot of people say Kanye, but
Yeah.
I have some love for Kanye. Okay, he's
I
got
do like
problems, but
The old stuff, man.
yes, the old stuff is
stuff's
good.
Great.
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
Someone said Shakira. I was like, oh, come on.
No way.
Oh my God. Somebody said Jared Leto. Okay, I am a huge diehard 30 Seconds to Mars fan. I almost fell out of my chair for that one. But I can see where people would think it, but
I
it's
think
just,
more as an actor, I would say.
yeah.
He needs. I need to stop seeing him.
I need him to cut his hair. That's what I need. I was actually looking at pictures because I follow him, and then I was like, oh, I was bored one day. I was looking at, oh my God, he was so cute when he had his hair like that. And I was like, why? And I'm married, but I'm just like, what the heck, man?
Right.
Why do these? And it was like, I think he grew it out for a role, and then I think he thought he liked it, and then the whole cult thing. It's like, come on, just go back to who you were. But
Yeah.
okay, so who do you think? Did you say? Oh, you said Eric Clapton.
I said Eric
Yeah, you
Clapton.
did. Yeah, so those are probably the main ones that people. Axl Rose has said a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a very bad person. Eric Clapton has said some things in his past.
Really?
Yeah. He apparently he blames it on cocaine, but he had like a whole racist rant
You got to be
in
kidding.
the 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. He looks like such a wholesome.
Now,
Yeah,
yeah,
that-
definitely. Like I can see that, but like he was kind of a maniac back
That's
in the
crazy.
70s.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Everybody has their past.
Yes.
Everybody does. No matter how wonderful and great they seem.
true.
They all have their story. Okay. What's the best compliment that you have ever received?
That my music has made someone cry.
Oh my God, that is, I could give me the goosebumps. That is a great compliment. What about your music did they say?
I don't know. It was I think it was one of my songs called 1209,
Okay.
and the person was saying that it was just kind of like the inflection, like the writing, that particular performance. Because I have like all these like Bandcamp like links of just like uncut, almost like bootleg style of like most of my gigs.
Right.
So I think this person heard that and it was really like
That
connected
is a
to
really good
I was like,
compliment.
wow, okay.
That's when you know you've made a good song or good music. Yeah. All right. What is your favorite flower?
I like orchids.
That was my dad's favorite. Yeah, love orchids. I can't keep one alive. Do you know how to keep one alive though?
I'll have to get back to you. My mom has a lot of orchids.
Oh my God. I'm a realtor. I mentioned that. I was showing a house yesterday and the neighbor had like all these orchids and they were all beautiful. I was like, how do you do this? Like, I don't have a green thumb at all. I have a bougainvillea right now that I'm keeping alive.
Oh, nice.
Other than that, everything is dead. I can't keep anything alive. I actually made a trip to the nursery to find out how you keep damn orchid alive. And they said to put an ice cube in it like once a week.
Oh.
It didn't work for me. It still died. It still died. Okay. And finally, who inspires you the most?
Good question. Yeah, I don't know. Musically, Jeff Buckley for sure.
Okay.
That whole vibe, his songwriting. I would definitely say him. I wish I had a more profound answer, but definitely like musically, like yeah, Jeff Buckley.
What about like in your personal life?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. Like personal life. I don't know. I think my grandma.
Oh, okay.
She aspired to be a singer
Right.
when she was young, and she's always loved music, and she's always been very supportive.
She must be very proud.
Yeah. So definitely like that's something that kind of like inspires me on like a personal level. Like
that's sweet. Yeah. That's sweet. Okay. So let's swing back to your music. Do you have any upcoming shows? Where can people find you? This will be aired on Friday. So anything between now and then, obviously, they're not going to hear about. But like anything after that you could tell them about.
Well, no, nothing really like in terms of like concrete show plans. But I'm always picking stuff up. So definitely, follow me on Instagram at Ryan Bazail, RyanBazail, and you'll kind of keep up to date. As far as releases go, it's become a kind of running gag with people that like follow me or friends of mine that I've been saying like release coming out Q1 2023 or quarter 3 whatever 2022, and it's been like pushing it back because I've been trying to like get it really where I want it to be, but definitely like soon, hopefully soon I'll have the time and the funding to really get something good out. But yeah, just follow the socials. I'm on YouTube as well. I have a TikTok, but I'm not really super active on there. Bandcamp, Ryan Bazail. I put all my shows on there, so if you want to kind of hear what I'm about in sort of like an uncut fashion, definitely this is a good place to check me out. But other than that, nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's a final thing that you would like to say to your followers?
Thank you guys for everything. I'm grateful to be here, and I've been having a lot of fun. I want to keep going with this.
Okay. Definitely keep your eye out. He's a great musician, and I can't wait to see you live. So definitely go follow him so you can catch him. But okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Outside and scared, I shall be all of my love till the day that I die, and feel that smooth rush from unquenchable thirst bestowed on my mind, and waiting for the time. But I will search in vain, all the rain suddenly